Hello everyone, today in this video we will fight against the Atmas character of our world around us, and this time we will discuss about the basic and in my opinion fundamental division of human population. I mean how really the uh, human populations and people themselves can be divided. People can be divided in my opinion on into groups of good people and bad people, and it corresponds to also to the groups of wise people and stupid people, because being good is obviously connected with wisdom and uh, also with knowledge and wisdom how to use this knowledge to be good, and being bad is connected with lack of wisdom and lack of knowledge how to use these facts we know, this information we have, to be good. This is how I see it. This is the basic line of divisions of people into good and bad, wise and stupid. And uh, recently, last events with small Chinese friends, microbiological madhouse, and so on, we had a really good example on the way about the way how the divisions among people according to this line, good, bad, wise, stupid, is taking place. And this division really took place because these people were not thinking, were following the stupid and false messages from media and all around the world. They were not thinking that if really something bad is happening, something really problematic, governments are silencing the issue. They do not want population to panic, they do not want to have additional troubles, so the issue, when something happens, is completely silence or almost completely silence as much as possible, not to generate panics. But in this case, we all remember, situation was completely different. Everything was magnified, everything was propagated, information about this was spread everywhere, loudly repeated millions of times, and more and it was conveyed to people in more and more scary way with time. Also, so-called medicaments that were offered allegedly for free, but as we know nothing is for free, we are paying with this for this now in taxes, and with generating conflicts, geopolitical conflicts we have now all around the world, like in the Central Eastern Europe, now Middle East, and so on and so on and so on, and new conflicts, unfortunately, in my opinion, are about to come. So we see that now we are paying for these so-called medicaments, and many people are paying also for them already with their health. Some of them already died because the organism didn't tolerate it well. But we know that one of the main producers of these so-called medicaments was forced by many highest courts of some countries to release the documents about these substances they were offering to people allegedly against this small Chinese friend, which is no longer popular. And what turned out? It turned out that on the mice, it was proven, when it was tested on mice, it was proven that it can cause 1199 diseases on mice. So maybe on people it can cause more because we are a little bit more complicated, who knows. But even if we stay with this number, 1191 possible diseases, trust me, I don't know anybody, even with medical education, even very wise person, who can just tell me just one after another consecutively 1191 diseases only by their names. I even do not mention uh, to tell basic symptoms of each of these diseases. So we see there is a gift for everyone who took this so-called medicine, or this what was regarded as a medicine against this small Chinese friend, which actually we cannot be sure if this thing existed, or if it existed, we cannot be sure about the form in which it really existed. That's why it was all of this action last few years that started at the end, slowly at the end of 2019 and accelerated in March 2020. It was a global test for intelligence, and majority of people failed. We can say that, of course, some regions, some authorities behaved properly, didn't follow this madhouse, like Sweden, like some states of United States, states of Brazil, Mexico, and so on. But now we can just say that our ancestors were really wise. We can recall the fact that, for instance, during the sieges of Constantinople in the second half of 7th century, and during the last siege of Constantinople by Ottomans, 1453, dervishes, to warm up the soldiers and encourage them to fight to conquer the Constantinople, were saying that 1/3 of you will fall, 1/3 of you will flee, and 1/3 of you will win. So the division is simple. 1/3 of people completely follows the lies from media and propaganda. 1/3 of them is completely confused and in general affected by the first 1/3 that follows. And in most cases they also follow the propaganda general trend. And 1/3 of people is more or less aware what's happening and they really try to resist. Of course, they are under the horrible pressure of the authorities and this remaining 2/3 of population. We see that ancient people knew the truth about us and about human nature, so we should learn from the past. And we will know what's happening. Answers already there. Everything already was. As Mr. Emperor philosopher on the throne, Marcus Aurelius, was telling us in his meditations, as the scribe in ancient Sumer over 4,500 years ago was teaching his son that he should look for wisdom among the past generations, ask for wisdom of ancestors, because then he will be really wise and he will have more useful and better life. And coming back to the beginning of this video, good and bad, what's good? Here I have to quote Plato in one of his dialogues with Socrates. One of the pupils asked Socrates, "Master, what's good?" And Master replied him, "The good is everything what's useful." Yes, and I would encourage you and suggest that we should stick to this definition given us by Socrates and conveyed to us for the future generations by Plato in his famous dialogues. All the best, have a nice day, bye.